Hey guys, this is what you're looking at, and today we have the overview and shooting test of my Dboys custom rk01 AMD-65. Hope you enjoy the video. Come on. Okay guys, so we're going to do this video a little bit differently. We're going to start with the shooting test. This being I'm using my new camera, it doesn't have too much of a zoom option. So I'm going to do like a first person point of view from the distance and then one right up at the target itself. Keep in mind I am using the 2x3 foot zombie industry targets. They're pretty cool. If you haven't seen them in my past videos, they are definitely worth the purchase. So after you see this point of view, you'll get a little bit closer look at those targets. But here we go, 75 feet. I might do full auto, but we're just going to stick with semi-auto for the shorter distances. Okay guys, since I'm using these huge targets, it only makes sense to use one per test. So a little thing I'm going to start doing, I don't know if you can see it right here. Yeah, you probably can, it's just out of frame. But I'm going to start marking each distance with a different color marker. I just thought I'd show you for this video since this is a shorter overview test. So I just did the first person point of view. I'm going to go ahead and mark this off because I might be aiming at a different spot for when I can actually aim without worrying about, if I'm in camera angle. So as you can see, standing up, we're hitting the head, we're hitting, 2-inch area up and down. Okay guys, so if you can see this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8. 1, 2 being the 2 that missed, and as you see, they literally missed by, an inch or less. So, it's kind of funny how I did better not using a support at 75 feet, but let's move back now to 100 feet and see what we can do. Okay guys, so I shot 10 shots at this, the first angle of 100 feet. First one went all the way up here at the top because that was like, my diagnostic shot to make sure I knew where I was hitting at. But everything else, the 8 shots hit in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 shots actually hit the middle area where we were aiming, and then the 1 shot went half an inch to the outside. So, this is a man-sized target. You're easily hitting his chest every time at 100 feet. Here we go, guys. We're at 135 feet. So I'm having this at the angle of where I'm actually shooting. Okay guys, so in conclusion, at 75 feet, we hit every time. We were going for the head, so given that 1 or 2 missed, those would have still hit the body. So definitely effective at 75 feet. Just gonna briefly show you those. That's all the black dots in the head, and then a couple right there. And then moving on to our highlighted green, those are our 100-foot shots. As you can see, it's really hard to see on the gray. I'm just going to point them out. Those were all the, horrible at pointing. And then in conclusion for the 135, the first set of shots, we had 1 definite miss, and then we had 1 that hit the pole but it didn't hit the target. And then for the second set of 135 foot shots, I had 2 that went actually under the target, because the first one I shot hit above here, as you can tell by the unmarked headshot. But everything else hit except that one right there. So definitely I'd say 80% effective at 135 feet and 100% effective at 75 and 100 feet. So overall, a really effective gun. Keep in mind though, this is .25 BB. Okay guys, so overall this custom Dboys rk01 is a very effective one, effective gun, my fault. As you might be wondering though, why did I call it an AMD-65? Because in my mind, and the person who sold this to me, it looks a lot like an AMD-65. Reasons for the modifications to this gun: the aggressive flash hider. More of like what an AMD-65 would have. It doesn't have that standard 74 flash hider. It's, a little bit more aggressive. This might not be the exact one, but it definitely does the job. We have a real steel AMD-65 gas tube. As you see, there's no top handguard, but this bottom rail is an X47 style rail. I'm pretty sure it's just the airsoft version, unknown brand. As I said, I bought this from a seller off of a forums. Also, I like to use the 47 style mags. When I bought it, it came with 74, but the 47 is what the AMD-65 would use. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it is a 7.62 variant, not the 5.45 like the 74 versions are. And then of course it doesn't have the stock like the AMD-65, but you can't go wrong with a folding stock in my mind, especially with this one, since the sling point doesn't rattle, this being a polymer stock. Okay guys, before we end this video, I want to talk about only 2 cons that I really had with this gun, and one of them has been eliminated. As I did buy this off the forums, it was used, so you're going to expect to have somewhere, some beating. Of course, this is not a con. I like the kind of the worn out look of the front of the gun, but the rivet for the magazine release was very loose to the point where the rivet would fall out and then rendering you useless to actually being able to put a mag in. So I just took 2 small squares of plexiglass that I cut out and put super glue on the outside and attached it there. That way the rivet can still move like it should, but it won't come out. So that one problem is fixed. And then the only other problem is with the selector switch. When you're in semi-auto, you got to make sure you push it all the way in and then make sure you let it cycle all the way through. Like that, as you see, because you can't go, you see what I mean? It might just be a trigger contact problem, but works just fine. And then on full auto, oh, that's another thing. As I said, selector switch. So works good on full auto. Semi-auto, you can't be going all crazy fast, but that's fine with me. Overall, a really nice gun. Okay guys, that concludes this very short overview, but mainly a shooting test on my custom Dboys rk01. Completely, to be honest with y'all, this was an impulse buy. I just like the look of the gas tube. I'm a sucker for AKs that have real steel parts on them that just make it look different than your standard AK out there, because every time I buy an AK, as y'all can tell by my collection, I go crazy with them. I like to change them up a lot. So that's what this caught my eye a lot with that. But unfortunately, I have some more camera things I have to buy and things like that to better out the What You Looking At channel. Get some more gear for certain guns and things like that. So this gun is up for sale. I'd usually put a video like this up on What You Vlogs. I'm just mentioning it, that it's for sale. So if you're interested at all, if you like this gun, let me know. Shoots 350 with a .25 BB, 390 with a .2 BB, and as y'all can tell by the accuracy test, it's actually a pretty good gun. So I probably got about like 20-30 BBs left in here. We're just going to demolish the rest of the zombie's face. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been a What You Looking At production, and I'm out.
Aim for the head!
And boys and girls, that's why you wear eye protection.